Hey folks, Hogan Torah. Figure while I got the camera out, might as well use this opportunity to tell the gay RV story. The reason you've never heard the gay RV story before is because I tried writing it a half dozen times, it just never comes out quite the way I want it to. Um, so without further ado, here's the gay RV story. I'm about 20, let's say I'm 22 years old at the time. I had a friend named Vance. Vance was a raver, candy kid, whatever, party, drug addict, whatever. So Vance invites me along. He calls me about a week before Nocturnal Wonderland. Now in Los Angeles, Nocturnal Wonderland is like the party. Like, it's the party of the year. Everybody's there. Like, it's the end of the rave season. It was the party. This is back in probably 2001, 2002, something like that. And actually, it was 2001. The reason I remember that is because I was coming down from that party when the World Trade Centers fell. So that's how long ago this was. It was a long fucking time ago. Anyways, so Vance calls me a week before the party, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go to the party in an RV? Get there a day early, and we don't have to pay to get in. What's the catch? We have to set up the hardcore stage." Yeah, hell yeah, sounds like fun. Fuck yeah, let's do it. So I get there, and we're not at his place, but we're at his friend's place, which is in North Hollywood. And this place, we meet the guy at his RV. He's got this, he rented I don't know, 18-foot RV. Not the really big ones, but the big ones. Uh, so he tells me before we go in the RV, "Oh, hey, by the way, the guy that owns the RV is gay." I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "I'm just making sure, just making sure." He didn't. I mean, there's gay guys, and then there's this guy. So this guy, he was about 40 years old and had a 15-year-old boyfriend named Stevie, and Stevie was quite the character, let me tell you. Uh, this guy was just sort of pervy older man who's dating a 15-year-old boy who has an RV, who's taking a 15-year-old boy to a rave. But we're getting in free and we get set at the hardcore stage. So that's me at this point. It's me, Vance, David's sister. I forget her name. Sheila, I think. We'll call her Sheila. That's easy to remember. Sheila. So we're going to the party, and he's like, "Oh, we're picking up a few more people." I'm like, okay, cool. Stop in West Hollywood, and like 5 gay dudes get on. Okay, no big deal. We stop in another part in West Hollywood, and 5 more gay dudes get on. Okay, no big deal. So it's basically the party is around Blythe, California, which is right on the California-Arizona border. So it wasn't the fact that I was in the RV with 12 gay dudes. It was the fact that these gay dudes were being actively gay while we were in the RV, and it was a very enclosed space. So being a straight man, the sounds of gay sex, just a little just a little much to hear. I was sitting on or I was lying on the bunk on top of where the driver drives, and the girl that was with us, Sheila, was on the outside of me, and I'm just sitting there, just listening. Sorry. And just horrified, horrified. So we get to the party, and mind you, the party doesn't start till Saturday. And we get there, it's Saturday morning. We park behind the hardcore stage with the RV, and the stage is already set up. So we didn't really have much to do. So they didn't have much to do. So they kept having sex with each other. It was September on the California-Arizona border, basically Death Valley. So it was about, I think, 126 degrees or something just absurd like that outside. So it was either listen to gay sex and air conditioning or die of heat exhaustion. Fortunately, God, who was it? I think it was, what's the name of that guy? The neophyte. Neophyte and I drank a case of beer under the hardcore stage. Because I told him what I was going through. He's like, man, that's terrible. Let's just get drunk under the stage. I'm like, sounds good to me. Thank God I had I had a Mercury Grand Marquis at the time, and my friends had come over the day before to ask me if like they could get a ride with me. And I had forgotten, I was so high that I had forgotten that I was going in this RV. So when they came to like get a ride, I was like about to leave to go to the RV, and they're like, "You forgot, didn't you, you motherfucker?" I'm like, yeah, I totally did, but take my car anyways. Thank God I did that because I didn't have to go back with them and be stuck there. They wouldn't get back till like Tuesday or something like that. Uh, so fortunately, I let my girlfriends. That was the notorious Macy and her sister Penny and her brother. Call him Ron. Uh, I let them all borrow the Grand Marquis. So when the party started and people started getting in, there was like, like I said, it was the party of the year, so everybody was there. So I was just waiting for my friends to come so I didn't have to like watch gay sex. So so I'm watching the entrance and I'm looking for my friend Steven actually because he's like 6'4", 6'5", and I just look up and there he is. But it was actually Macy I found first, who's the same person I let borrow my car. So we were at the rave, had a fucking blast, took a bunch of pills, fucking good times, totally good times. And at one point, we were sitting on top of the RV behind the hardcore stage, all access pass. I was like, nah. So I'm sitting on top of the RV, and we're all fucked up, and I go to get up, and I get up, and I take a step, and I take a step off the side of the RV. RV is about 12 feet tall, guessing, concrete underneath me. I just descended into darkness. I just took a step and just nothing was there. And I was kind of slowly pitching forward. And I turned the forward momentum into like a flip. And thank God for my wrestling training because I landed flat. I used to be 5'9". After that, I was 5'8". I don't know what happened to that inch, but I lost it somewhere falling off that people on there and the people that had seen it basically just thought they had seen somebody die. I popped right up, knocked the wind out of me. I was like, but still walking, talking. I was okay. Some other stuff happened too, but that's pretty much the end of the interesting stuff. Yeah, it was just the gay RV story. That was a gay RV story. Thanks. Hogan Torah.